What was the overall message from the meeting between the banks and the regulators this week? Look, the data is not great, but it's also hard to see how people can borrow when they're locked down, right?
Yeah, that's right. And companies obviously are suffering. And then there's the trickle-down effect. And Li Keqiang at the State Council obviously is concerned about employment. And if companies, the small to medium-sized enterprises are struggling, they're not going to be able to pay their wages. So there's a lot of subsidies coming their way from the government. A whole raft, of course, that we heard about on Monday of some 33 new stimulus measures, mostly targeted at small to medium-sized enterprises and companies that have been hammered absolutely by these lockdowns and other pandemic restrictions across the country. But now we are learning from state media yesterday that there was on Monday another meeting between Gang, the PBOC governor, as well as representatives of the CBRC, the banking regulator, essentially instructing the big major financial institutions. 24 of them were represented at that meeting on Monday, telling them, you got to lend more. You absolutely have to lend more because, look, lending, as we all know, in April fell off the cliff. I think the total number of new yuan loans was about 5 times lower than what we saw in March. We have a bar chart on that. You can see just the precipitous fall off in new yuan loans in April, and May is not shaping up to be much better. But you can understand, given the pain in the economy right now, with GDP expectations being ratcheted down almost on a weekly basis. UBS, the latest one to ratchet down their full-year GDP forecast to 3%. Bloomberg Economics says 2%. Second quarter, the current second quarter, likely in contraction. You can understand why many of these big banks, unless they're absolutely told to, they're kind of hesitant right now to do a slew of new lending because their risk appetite is a little bit weak right now.